Ekranoplan. During the Cold War, Soviet engineers developed a massive machine that blurred the line between an airplane and a ship. These ground effect vehicles were designed to skim just a few feet above the surface of the water, resting on a cushion of pressurized air created by their own wings. Because they never truly achieved high-altitude flight, they could carry heavy payloads while avoiding traditional naval sonar and anti-aircraft radar. The most famous of these, often called the Caspian Sea Monster, weighed hundreds of tons and moved at incredibly high speeds, representing a unique approach to military transport that ultimately proved too expensive to sustain. Sea Shadow. Built secretly by Lockheed Martin for the United States Navy in the mid-1980s, this experimental stealth ship looked completely alien. Its angular, sharp-edged design was heavily inspired by the F-117 Nighthawk stealth aircraft, intended to reflect radar waves away from the vessel and make it nearly invisible to enemy detection. Instead of resting entirely on the surface, it utilized a twin-hull design similar to a catamaran, with underwater torpedo-shaped hulls that kept the ship incredibly stable even in rough ocean waters. Although it never saw active combat, the design elements tested on this vessel strongly influenced the future of naval stealth technology. Proteus Ship. Created by designer Ugo Conti to explore the ocean with minimal disruption, this vessel resembles a giant metallic spider walking on water. The design is known as a wave-adaptive modular vessel, featuring a main cabin suspended high above the surface by four massive, shock-absorbing titanium legs connected to inflatable pontoons. As the ocean swells, the flexible legs move independently to absorb the motion of the waves, allowing the central cabin to remain perfectly level. It was built as a lightweight, low-impact biological research platform, proving that you can navigate challenging seas without relying on a traditional heavy ship hull. Jet Capsule. Conceived by a team of Italian designers, this compact vessel takes the comfort of a luxury yacht and shrinks it down to the size of a small car. The enclosed egg-shaped pod features a surprisingly spacious interior, complete with seating, air conditioning, and a small bathroom, all protected from the elements. A hydrojet propulsion system allows it to navigate shallow waters and maneuver with impressive agility. It serves as an ultra-modern water taxi or a personal day cruiser, offering a sheltered alternative to open speedboats for people looking to travel short coastal distances in complete comfort. Seabreacher. Moving away from traditional boat designs, this personal watercraft operates more like an aquatic fighter jet crossed with a submarine. It is custom-built to resemble marine animals such as sharks, dolphins, or killer whales, complete with dorsal fins and a sealed glass canopy. The pilot controls the craft using a combination of foot pedals and hand sticks, allowing it to dive briefly beneath the surface and then launch vertically out of the water. Driven by a powerful marine engine, it exists purely for recreational thrill-seeking, bringing extreme three-dimensional agility to personal boating. Boaterhome. In the 1980s, a small manufacturing company decided to fuse the utility of a recreational vehicle with the leisure of a houseboat. The vehicle consists of a heavily modified Ford van that seamlessly connects to a custom 28-foot fiberglass boat. When driven on land, the boat acts as the rear half of the camper, providing living quarters as it is towed down the highway. Once at the marina, the van reverses into the water and the boat smoothly detaches, allowing the living space to sail away while the van section remains parked on the launch ramp. Amphicar. Produced in West Germany during the 1960s, this was the first mass-produced amphibious vehicle offered to the general public. At first glance, it looks like a standard vintage convertible, but a closer inspection reveals twin propellers mounted beneath the rear bumper and a specialized watertight exhaust system. A driver could simply drive down a boat ramp directly into a lake, shift a lever to engage the propellers, and steer through the water using the front tires as rudders. Despite its modest performance on both land and water, it remains a beloved piece of automotive history and a testament to mid-century engineering ambition. Gibbs Quadski. Bridging the gap between an all-terrain vehicle and a personal watercraft, this modern machine was engineered for seamless transitions between environments. On land, it operates as a standard four-wheeler, capable of tackling dirt trails and rough terrain at respectable speed. The moment the driver enters the water and presses a button, the four wheels retract upward into the wheel wells in just a few seconds, converting the vehicle into a high-speed jet jet ski. This quick retraction technology solved the long-standing problem of drag in amphibious designs, making it highly effective both on the trail and across the lake. WaterCar Panther. Taking inspiration from classic off-road Jeeps, this vehicle was built to deliver genuine high-speed performance on land and water. The chassis is constructed from lightweight chromoly steel, while the lower half features a custom fiberglass hull packed with closed-cell styrofoam, making it virtually unsinkable. Power is split between the rear wheels for driving on the road and a powerful jet drive for marine navigation. By utilizing a custom transfer case and a hydraulic wheel retraction system, it allows drivers to cruise down the highway and effortlessly transition right into open water without ever leaving their seat. Sailing hydrofoil. Traditional sailboats rely on wind pushing against a hull displacing water, but this design changes the physics of sailing entirely. Attached beneath the hull are wing-like structures called foils, which function exactly like the wings of an airplane but are optimized for water. As the boat gathers speed, water flowing over these foils generates lift, eventually raising the entire hull out of the water. With the drag of the main hull completely eliminated, the vessel can achieve speeds 2 or 3 times faster than the wind propelling it, completely revolutionizing competitive sailing and modern yacht racing. Hydrofoil. Conceived by a dedicated team of French designers and sailors, this record-breaking trimaran applies advanced aerospace engineering to a wind-powered multi-hull. Instead of a conventional hull plowing continuously through the sea, it is equipped with massive carbon fiber hydrofoils that act identically to the wings of an aircraft. Once the wind catches its enormous sails and it gathers enough forward momentum, the entire structure is lifted completely out of the water, balancing solely on the submerged foils. This drastic reduction in hydrodynamic drag allowed it to shatter world sailing speed records, proving that a sailing vessel could sustain speeds of over 50 knots across the open ocean. Sea Phantom. Looking more like an alien spacecraft than a traditional speedboat, this experimental prototype was developed to rethink high-speed marine transport. It utilizes a unique lifting body design, which relies on aerodynamic principles to trap a cushion of air beneath the craft as it accelerates. Instead of bouncing violently over the waves, it is stabilized by a forward ski and a sophisticated suspension system that smooths out the impact of the water. By lifting its main fuselage above the surface, it drastically reduces water resistance, offering a remarkably comfortable and incredibly fast ride even in choppy coastal conditions.